Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Garima and I make videos about DIYs, home decor and lifestyle improvement. And if you like watching my videos, please subscribe to our channel so that you are not missing any of my video. So let's talk about today's video. In today's video, I'm going to show you three interesting DIYs for your home and kitchen which will give a new look to your house. But before giving a new look to your home and kitchen, always remember that cleanliness is most important in there first. Maintaining cleanliness at our homes can get challenging at times because we do not get time to deep clean our homes on regular basis. Hence, I recommend that we should spend few minutes every day cleaning our home, which will ensure that we do not have to spend hours maintaining the cleanliness. Same goes for kitchen as well, where we prepare food for our family, and kitchen is most important part of the home and it requires high level of cleanliness. As we are talking about cleanliness, let us not forget the importance of female hygiene. As the summers are coming to an end, the rainy season is approaching soon towards June, and these seasonal variations will affect your periods as well. Due to sweat and moisture in your vaginal area, you can suffer itchiness which will lead to various infections, the most common being period rashes. Period rashes can get exhausting due to the use of plastic-based sanitary pads, and this is the reason I have switched from regular pads to these rash-free pads from Carmesi. These are made of corn fiber, which is naturally very soft, and this has got a breathable back sheet, thus I don't get any rashes at all. They have two varieties of sanitary pads, sensitive pads and eco-conscious pads. These sensitive pads are gynecologically tested and certified 100% rash-free pads. These pads are specially designed for sensitive skin. They are available in 3 sizes depending on your flow. Large for medium flow, XL for heavy flow and XXL for extra heavy flow, and these XXL pads can be used as overnight pads. Now talking about eco-conscious pad, these are not only naturally soft and rash-free but eco-friendly too. They are available in 3 sizes, large, XL and double XL, and you can choose as per your flow. Best part about these is that each pad comes in individually sealed 100% biodegradable disposable bags, which is basically craft paper. This saves the environment and you do not need to worry about the cleanliness of your surrounding, as you can dispose of your used pads in this, and the entire packaging, as you can see, is made out of paper, making it safer for the environment. Carmesi also has a range of other period products like menstrual cups and tampons. The menstrual cups are made in Europe under strict guidelines to ensure the best quality. The cup is made with 100% biocompatible silicone, which makes a menstrual cup more soft and gentle and easy to insert. The size I have is the medium one. These tampons are made with 100% organic cotton and are dermatologically tested and are gentle and soft for easy insertion as well as removal. I think we should be mindful of these things as it literally goes inside your body. Guys have a rash-free period using the safest period products available on Carmesi's website at a much lesser price now. If you use my coupon code METROMOM05, you get a discount of extra 20% off on all the products. These products are also available on Amazon and Purple.com. All the links will be available in my bio. So now let's start the DIYs. For the first project, I'm going to make a kitchen riser. Risers are basically used to organize your kitchen countertop, and for making it I'm going to use some beads and a piece of MDF wood. I'll be sharing all the links where I've got the products from. So first of all, I'm going to attach these beads which will act as a leg of the riser. I am attaching these beads using a glue gun, but it is suggested that you use a stronger glue because these beads are going to hold all the weight. So due to lockdown, I am not having a stronger glue, so I am using this glue gun as of now. Once the glue dries up, we are going to add one more level of beads because we want to give a proper height to this riser. Now it's time to paint the riser, and for painting it I am mixing some blue, green and white in order to make a beautiful vintage green color. As you can see, I have already given a coat of white paint on this riser, and now using a sponge I am just dabbing the green color because I do not want the brush strokes. I want a smudged look on this riser. So basically I am using the sponge, and I will be doing this twice so that we get a proper coat of this color. Once the paint has dried up, it's time to do the image transfer for that vintage country style look. So for this particular riser, I have chosen a kitchen related print. I'll be linking this image transfer sheet in the description box. So before that, I am going to apply some white chalk paint so that our design gets a proper base, it gets properly visible, and it will stand out. Now it's time to do the image transfer. So first of all, I will take out the protective transparent sheet from the design, and I will dip it in water for a few seconds, and then I will place it on the spot where I want to do the image transfer. As you can see, the design is on the opposite side because this is how the image transfer is done. And now I will gently use a wet sponge so that the design gets properly transferred. I will press it gently in each and every section so that we are not missing any space, and then we will pull out the white sheet, and just like that your design is transferred. Now in the next step, I have taken just very small amount of white paint on the sponge, and I am gently rubbing it all over because I want a distressed vintage look on this riser. So that's what I'm doing here. And now I'm going to use this deco varnish. This is a matte varnish from Itsy Bitsy. I'll share the link in the description box, and I'm applying it all over because this will keep the design safe, and we are using it in the kitchen, so water spillage might happen. So this will keep the riser and design safe. And for the legs, I'm applying some black acrylic paint for that overall vintage look, and we are done. I'm going to use this riser in my new kitchen for creating a small tea station, and I'm already loving the possibilities. I can style it in different ways. You can also create similar risers for organizing your kitchen countertop. You can keep oil bottles, vinegar bottles, anything you can organize using these risers, and your kitchen will look very beautiful and organized. It's time to do the second DIY, and for the second project we are going to make a very rustic farmhouse style rooster kitchen plaque, and I think you will love it if you enjoy quirky home decor. So to begin with, I am painting this rooster plaque using terracotta chalk paint. This chalk paint is from Itsy Bitsy. I will share the link in the description box, and this rooster cutout is from a different website. I will share the link as well. So first of all, I'm giving a coat of terracotta chalk paint, and I will let it dry for a while, and then we will move on to next step. Now rooster looks incomplete without some red, so I'm applying red at the crown portion and the lower portion of this rooster. Now it's time to do the second coat of terracotta chalk paint for a better look. Now using a black acrylic paint, I have created eyes of this rooster. I will make it a little more bigger in a while. And for the beak, I am going with the classic yellow color. Now the top portion was looking slightly incomplete, so I have added a bit more red color over the top so that the rooster looks more better. And in the next step, I am roughly applying some black acrylic color on the edges of this wall plaque. This will give an interesting vintage touch to this plaque. And now in the end, using a permanent marker, I am writing farm fresh eggs in freestyle handwriting, and we will add a rope in the hole and we are done. Is a extremely lightweight wall plaque, so whether you live in a rental kitchen or your own apartment, you can easily hang it in your kitchen. You can store your egg basket below this. It will look very interesting. This will add a quirky touch to your kitchen, and your kitchen will look very beautiful. Now for the third project, we are going to make a shabby chic style basket. You have already seen the basket in the initial clippings. So for making this, I am using this old basket from my mom's house, and I am roughly painting it in white. I am using a white acrylic color. You can use chalk paint as well, and you do not have to cover it completely. We want the old wicker design also to pop from behind. The wicker color should also be visible lightly. So we are roughly brushing it all over, and we will just use one coat of paint. Now we are going to make the liner of the basket, and for that I have selected a floral shabby chic style fabric. And first of all, I'm going to cut the fabric in the size of the lower section of this basket, basically a round oval kind of shape. So basically I'm cutting it out. So once we are done cutting the base, we will keep it inside the basket and see if it fits perfectly. So according to me, it looks perfect. Now we have to cut out some more fabric for the sides of this liner. So I am measuring it roughly using the fabric, wrapping it around. I will take a little more extra because I want to have some pleats, and if you're not sure, you can use a tape also to measure how much length and breadth do you need for cutting the fabric. So I have also taken the measurements, and now I will cut a long strip accordingly. Now I am simply cutting out the fabric according to our measurements. You should also cut some extra fabric because sometimes the measurements go wrong and you might end up with lesser fabric. So now I am going to simply stitch the fabric, two pieces of fabric. I will give small pleats as well so that the fabric fits perfectly. So I am hand stitching, as you can see here, because it feels much more comfortable for me. You can machine stitch as well. So I am just attaching the base to the top, and for the final thing I have inserted a lace also so that I can tie it properly and the basket looks much more beautiful and cleaner. This is how the inner section looks. I have done some pleating as well. This was my first attempt at pleating, so it was not very clean, but I still like the look. And this is how the basket looks, the shabby chic basket. It looks beautiful. I'm going to organize my kitchen napkins in here. Liner of this basket is removable, so you can easily wash it whenever it gets dirty. And you can also use it for serving chapati to your guest. It will look very beautiful and elegant, and I'm glad I have used this basket. This basket has been lying with my mom for over 20 years, and I have finally put it to some use, and I am going to use such shabby chic baskets for organizing my new kitchen. I am very excited about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed all the DIYs. I will see you soon. Till then, take care and stay safe.